Mail. We're going to call this board meeting to order. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the regular meeting of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District Board of Directors. Roll call, please.
Director Amati.
Present.
Director Gaglione.
Here.
Director Leffel.
Here.
Director Miller.
Here.
And Chair Pick.
Here. Ramadi, would you lead us in the pledge?
Yes, sir. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. I'd ask everyone to please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. And I'll do the same. All right, communications and announcements.
We do have a couple. Let's start first with a short video we wanted to show you from our launch party on Saturday.
Great.
What is the largest airline? We're celebrating. How long over Monterey? One flyer says he flew specifically to Chicago the night before just to be part of this moment.
I actually live in Portland, Oregon, and flew to Chicago last night to be on this flight. I know how much this means to Monterey and to people who live in Monterey, and just really excited.
For one Monterey One pilot, this wasn't just any other flight.
I started flying here in Monterey, a high school student, about 30 years ago. And being able to close that circle and come back here to Monterey, fly our flight to Chicago, as soon as I had the opportunity, I immediately jumped on it. And my parents are going to join me. My brother flew all the way out from Houston to come fly on this. It's really a family atmosphere. We all know here, Monterey County is one big family.
Monterey Regional reports Chicago is the top destination requested by locals, with many happy they can finally avoid a layover.
I absolutely love Chicago, and my sister and I will be on the direct flight 2 weeks from today, coming back from Chicago.
Flights begin Saturday and will run through August. Now, like I mentioned, this is seasonal, with arrivals and departures to Chicago only being on Saturdays.
It's why I'm so passionate about the airline industry and why I'm so passionate about United. We're connecting communities, and we're bringing the incredible beauty of Monterey and then the incredible culture and diversity of Chicago together.
Cost-wise, a May 30th flight showed a cost of $459 for economy, but book early enough may score a deal.
We were picked $250 for this flight.
Wow. That's fantastic. Awesome. Yeah.
You can't pay for that type of advertising.
No, you can't. You sure can't.
So, and I think that I had sent a couple other links that were in my report to you this week as well. So there were a couple, we've got some great coverage on it. So
That's fantastic.
I did want to take a moment. We started this last year when recognizing new employees. So we have one new employee that we're going to recognize this evening. We have Mark Francis Colorino. Mark is working as our operations specialist. He started a couple months ago. He's all signed off. And so now he is our evening shift, Monday through Friday. He comes in at 2 and he's here till 10:30 in the evening. So Mark, welcome. He came over from.
Welcome, Mark. Thank you.
And then because Mark was here, it's easy. He's working, but I'm not going to ask staff to stay overtime to be recognized. I think that's with our meeting starting later, it's a little hard.
Fantastic.
So we do have two that will be celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. Danny Roca Fernandez from maintenance and Shelley Weiss from accounting. So those two are celebrating their 10th anniversary, and we have certificates that the chair signed for us that we gave to them with a little gift.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you for that, the recognition. That's great. Anything else from staff?
That's it.
Thank you. Board members, sir.
Yes. I was here on Saturday and I just want to commend staff on putting together a great event that had many members of the community there. I think we made an impression on the United representative that was there, and hopefully that's going to continue to pay dividends for us, but it was very well done. Um, We had the congressman there, we had mayors, and a lot of community members. And the food was good, and so was the wine. It was a perfect event.
How about the beer?
And the beer.
And the Great. Thank you, Carl. Anything else? Good to see you back.
Yes, good to be back.
John? Marianne?
Yeah, I echo what Director Miller said. It was a really good, joyful event
Mm.
on Saturday. And I don't know, did we have a count of how many people? A couple hundred.
I would say 120-ish.
Seemed like more than that, maybe just because they were having so much fun.
Mm.
They were having fun. So just a funny vignette. Beth, who was interviewed, went home and an hour later got evacuated from her house in Delray Oaks because of that live munitions.
Yeah.
And so she got interviewed with KSBW and she goes, it's the same cameraman and
Who's here?
and reporter have you in the area, but they cut it because then there was the incident at the White House, so they didn't run all of it, but it was kind of funny. She was on twice if they had picked it up. Anyway, I appreciate the event and I think it was really a good way. And Kyle was the most amazing pilot. I don't think there could have been a better one. He was so personable and so good. And he started flying when he was a sophomore in high school. So he had a passion for it from 7th grade and did all his training over here at the flight school
It's fantastic.
and did that. So yeah, pretty exciting.
Nice. Thank you.
Mhm.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Director Morello. This week, there was a neighborhood association meeting in Monterey. Councilmember Gino Smith invited us to go and speak on behalf of the airport. Director Morello gave a presentation on construction progress as well as some of the air service updates. And most of the questions in the audience were focused around the usual suspects. I will say, some of you may have noticed there was a agenda item in Monterey added discussing air quality and potential impacts from the airport. They preempted that discussion at that meeting because there are discussions that are happening between the county and city folks. So I imagine that at some point they'll be engaging with us, but nothing came of it at that time. So,
Thank you.
but I wanted to thank Director Morello. She did a great job.
Thank you. Bravo. All right. Public comment on non-agenda items. So members of the public, please come up one at a time to the microphone. Please introduce yourself and where you live and have at it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Rochelle Maroyan, and I'm the Public Affairs Field Coordinator for the California Special Districts Association, also known as CSDA. I'm the field coordinator for the Coastal Network, and while most of CSDA staff live and work in the Sacramento area, there are 6 of us who work in 6 different regions within the state of California, and the 6 of us work directly with special districts that are in our respective regions, as well as federal, state, and county legislators. So we're kind of the local face for CSDA and for special districts in the area. My area, the Coastal Network, covers Santa Cruz County, which is where I live, and goes all the way down to the LA County line through Ventura County. So I am in my car quite a bit. It also includes San Benito County as well. There are 180 special districts in this area that I work with. And there are over 2,200 special districts in the state of California. So I'm here today to just thank you for being members of CSDA. CSDA is working hard to represent the interests of all special districts in California. And we'd like to remind legislators and other decision makers how necessary and crucial special districts are to our regions and state. And aside from CSDA, your membership also includes membership in relatively new organization, the National Special Districts Association, also known as NSDA in Washington, D.C. NSDA also maintains a federal grants database that your district has online access to. Believe it or not, 120 legislators managed to present 17 or propose 1,700 bills in Sacramento this year. This was really great because last year it was over 2,500. So we only have to read through 1,700 bills this year. We do read every single bill at CSDA. And we are looking to see, you know, if the bill positively or negatively affects special districts, if it's neutral, if we offer a couple of amendments, perhaps the bill would be more favorable to special districts. And that's the type of work we're in the thick of doing right now as Sacramento is going through the legislative season. We've already managed to stop 2 bills from proceeding that would put very broad limits on the use of artificial intelligence or AI. These bills were so broad, it would have put special districts in danger of a lot of litigation because the law would basically turn every district into lawbreakers. For instance, one of the bills required any use of AI technology in the workplace required 90-day notice to all employees before that AI tool could be employed. Well, as we all know, using a Street Finder app or a direction app online is a form of artificial intelligence. So it would have been pretty impossible to adhere to this law knowing where AI is in everything. So those are no longer proceeding through the legislative process this year. At the federal level, we're working hard to pass House Resolution or HR 2766. You may have heard of this bill. We tried it last year, didn't quite make it. Currently, the federal government, believe it or not, doesn't have a formal definition of special districts, which means the federal government doesn't recognize special districts as a form of government or local government. And that's with over 40,000 special districts existing in the United States. This bill, if passed, will give definition to special districts, allowing emergency funds and other general funds to go directly to special districts without having to pass through state or county government, which is what needs to happen now. Interestingly enough, it was something we discovered during COVID. We didn't know that there wasn't this necessary definition. It also ensures that there's no questions about the grants that special districts currently receive from specific federal departments. And we want to make sure that this lack of definition doesn't make the federal government pause before continuing to allow those grants to come to your special district. So what's great is that passed out of its first House committee, sailed out with great bipartisan support. The one sticking point is there's the Freedom Caucus has issues with earmarks in general, so they don't really like bills that have to do with solidifying what they call earmarks. But we have worked with those folks, and around half of them compared to last year understand what we're trying to do. That this is, we're not trying to increase earmarks, we're just trying to get rid of a bureaucratic step and make sure that federal departments can work directly with special districts. So as you know, CSDA also has extensive professional development opportunities. I wanted to bring to your attention, we have a live webinar coming up called Grant Writing in Today's Funding Landscape. I know you guys are great at getting federal grants, but we do have a different environment right now in Washington, and this workshop will focus directly on that. It is a live webinar, and it takes place Tuesday, June 16th at 10 a.m. I'm encouraging all the special districts in the coastal network to check that out. You need to go through our website to be able to get access to sign up for that, but it's at no cost because you're members. If you have issues with that, let me know and I'll help you out with that. And we have our annual conference in lovely Palm Springs in August 24th through the 26th. I promise it's all indoors. I know as coastal people will melt at the type of temperatures that are in Palm Springs in August. Thank you again for allowing me to stop by and say hello. Please contact me for any reason if you have any questions. I am your contact person for CSDA. Well, thanks everyone.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you for coming. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to everybody. We're on here, yeah. I'm Matt Pastelaniak, a local pilot based here at Monterey. I also live in the area. I am the AOPA field volunteer representative for the airport here at Monterey, and also an unofficial representative for the Monterey Pilots Group. I've been asked by multiple members of the group who have hangars here at Monterey to bring up the issue of gate access. There have been multiple times, my guess would be on the order of 8 to 10 in the last few months, where gates have been in-op and hangars inaccessible for extended periods of time. Specifically, I'm referring to gates V22, the northwest hangars, and V22B, which services the northeast hangar. I'd like to point out first that while a few of our members have had casual or unofficial discussions with some of the airport staff regarding this, to date, we have not had the opportunity to meet with senior airport staff to address this issue. The northwest hangars, which is serviced by gate V22 as the primary access to those, can also be accessed by gate V18, Victor 18, which is next to the old Monterey Bay Aviation hangar. Currently, however, tenants in the northwest hangars only have access to gate Victor 22, which is frequently in op as of this date. Victor 22B on the northeast side of the hangar is also the main gate to access the maintenance hangar for the A&P mechanic and the avionics shop that many of the tenants in both the northeast and northwest hangars, as well as the flight school, use for their maintenance of their aircraft. Those tenants in the northeast hangars have easy access to the mechanic, but currently the only way for tenants in the northwest hangars or the flight school to gain access is to either start their aircraft up and taxi over to the northeast side, or try and coordinate with the mechanic to have him interrupt whatever he happens to be working on and come to the gate in order to escort the individual in. There are many reasons for tenants to need to access the maintenance hangar. Among those are parts, maintenance of the aircraft, discussions with the mechanic over a wide variety of subjects, pick up their aircraft or logbooks, etc. Most of these could be accomplished without taxiing aircraft across the field. At the previous location, prior to the move, on the south side of the field, we all enjoyed access through that gate to conduct business with the mechanics as we were co-located in the same location. Our effort here is to bring this issue to everybody's attention, and we'd like to request consideration be given for tenants who hold valid airport access ID to be granted access to more than one gate where it makes sense in order to alleviate the issue of in-op gates and, more importantly, access to the mechanic who maintain their aircraft.
Thank you, Matt. Good. You got it? Okay. Good. Yes, ma'am.
Evening, Chair, Board. I'm Marlena, and I will be, just for this minute, speaking as a Peninsula resident and not as the Navy rep. So I was on the inaugural flight to Chicago on Saturday, and it saved me hours of travel to go see my family. I was just saying before the meeting that time is a gift, and I got a half a day back. I look forward to year-round service, more flight options. As a reminder that us Midwesterners, we're fine with the winter. We can handle it. Happy to go back for Christmas. That would be great someday in the future. And I'm ready to book another Saturday trip. So thank you to the staff and the board and United Airlines for making this happen. I am very, very grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great. All right. Any other public comment in the room? Do we have any public online? No public comment online. We will close public comment. Next item is the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of those items that are routine with the staff recommendation. Any member of the audience or board or staff may pull an item from consent or ask questions. Do we have any members of the public that wish to comment on or pull a consent item?
Mr. Chair, I move the consent agenda be approved.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Comments? None? Roll call, please.
Director Marty,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Leffel,
Yes,
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Pick.
And yes, thank you. We have no deferred consent agenda items or consent, yeah, right? No deferred consent agenda items. Regular agenda, item G1.
Yes, item G1, which is a resolution 1928, amending the capital budget of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District for fiscal year 2026. So that is the current fiscal year that we're in. If you remember at the last meeting, as well as the budget workshop, we talked about adding the project for the shuttle transportation services from the parking lot to the terminal while we are in transition from the soon-to-be long-term parking lot for the new terminal, but we're in the legacy terminal. So that project was not in our fiscal year budget, capital improvement budget for this fiscal year FY26. So this resolution will amend that capital budget and add project number 202604 for the shuttle service. Happy to answer any other questions that you might have.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Is there any public comment on this item? No public comment. Public comment is closed. Bring it to the board for questions. John, we'll start with you.
Yeah, just more a point of order question. So item 2 is, the next item on the agenda is
Mhm.
to discuss actually the contract with them, and there's details related to the operations and service in a later agenda item. Do you want us to hold comments and questions on the actual specifics of the operation to that point?
Please.
Okay, then in that case, I have no questions on this item.
Thank you. Marianne?
no, I have none. I am very happy to see this.
John? None. Carl? No. And I have none.
Okay, I move that we approve. Which one is it? Resolution on 1928? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
A resolution amending the capital budget of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District for fiscal year 2026.
Very good. Is there a second?
Second.
Either one. Okay. Jonathan for the second. Goes to the runner. Good. Any additional comment, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Director Marty,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Leffel,
Yep.
Director Miller,
Yeah.
and Chair Pick.
And yes, thank you. Agenda item G2.
So now we'll pivot to your budget book. All of the next 4 items are part of this fiscal year 2027 proposed budget, both operating and capital. So we have a couple slides that Mark will walk you through. We are not going to repeat all the information that we provided at the budget workshop.
Bless your heart.
Thank you.
Just very few changes to what was provided at that budget workshop that we will talk through here. And then we will take each item separately.
Very good. Mark, over to you.
Okay, so just to, as I like to say, level set, the full board met at a budget workshop on April 30. And there was a extensive presentation of the budget. Subsequent to that, going to slide 2, we made a couple of very small changes to what you see in front of you, which I consider the final budget for approval. On the revenue side, at the time of the budget workshop, the CPI print for April was not known. It was estimated in the budget at 3%. The CPI print for April came out at 3.8%, which gave us a slight increase in the expected rents that the airport has that are subject to CPI escalators. We also, at the time, were in the process of in discussions for the rent operative to Tarpey's 5-year extension, which is an existing extension that they have. And the terms of that were slightly less than what I had estimated in the budget at the time of the workshop. So net for the revenue side, the top line, it's about $6,200, which is 0.4% change. Similarly, on the OpEx side, in the presentation we gave you at the workshop, we discussed that we were considering going to two things. We were in the process of having CPRS conduct a comp study for us and a comp structure recommendation. And that study was completed, and based on that study, and the easiest way to think of it is, in recent history, the staff compensation has been just a range of numbers. And now what we're asking the board to approve is a structure where there are steps within a range. Also, in the past, that range between the top and the bottom was larger than is, say, best practices in the special districts. So the recommendation of CPRS is to tighten that range between the top and the bottom to a 25% range. And so mechanically, the effect of that was basically to bring up some of the bottom range numbers and bring up some of our staff to a higher starting point within that range. So if you think about the $64,000, that's not only absolute increases in wages, but also the employer burden of property tax or payroll taxes, also the effect of the benefits for, say, the CalPERS pension, et cetera. So that effect was 64,000, and there were some minor changes that I made in a couple of the estimates. So overall, that's a $64,000 increase in the OpEx, which is a 0.5% increase.
Sure. I mean,
Very good. Go ahead.
you said 25%, that the range should be 25%. 25% of what?
So in the comp study, basically they established that the top end of the comp range is like the 75th percentile in their study. And so the difference between the 75th percent and the bottom of the range is basically 25%. So it's basically that. So there's 25% top to bottom. So each step is 7.
So if the top of the range is 100,000, then the bottom is coming up to 75. And it was lower than that.
Correct. Right.
With equal increases over those 7 steps. So it's equal increases from there, from the bottom to the top.
Got it.
And I would also add that is also deemed to be best practices for employers that are CalPERS pension participants.
Thank you, Chair.
Yep. Great. Is that it
Yes.
on that one? Okay. So just to clarify, we're going to take these in turn, not as a group of 4.
Correct. We will take each one of the 4 decisions, the 4 resolutions in turn.
Thank
We
you.
have one more slide to show.
On G2?
Nope, this would be, so this slide is for all 4. So these are the only changes to the 4 resolution, the only changes to the decisions you'll make on the 4 resolutions based on.
Understood.
So
Right.
Go
I'm just
ahead.
giving you a global for everything, and then we'll take each one.
Thanks.
Yeah, just recalibrating from where we
Right.
presented in April. So moving on to CapEx, to slide 3. The only addition that we made that came kind of to top of mind for staff is we need to do a turret replacement on the Rosenbauer fire truck, and Woody would be happy to expand on that.
Thanks. So currently we are an ARF Index B, which requires us to have one truck, which we just got a shiny new Oshkosh in October. But there are operational considerations where the truck is in maintenance or they need the truck for training. So we rely on a backup truck. So when we received the Oshkosh back in October, the Rosenbauer, which was our primary, has now rolled to our backup truck. So we're looking to retrofit that turret, which does not function properly, so that we effectively have a fully functioning primary and fully functioning secondary truck.
And it's also important, while it is just our backup today, if our index changed and we needed a second truck, we need that one to be operational as well. So.
Got it. Okay, questions?
So, I thought that there had been discussions about potentially trying to find other parties that might be interested in a truck.
That's the surplus.
That's the third truck.
That's the third
Right,
truck.
that was the
Yep.
backup.
That was
The backup for the backup?
The old backup.
Yeah.
The old backup?
We're getting ready for the,
Backup.
Sounds
Getting
good.
rid of the old back.
Thank you for clarifying. That was my only question.
Good. All right, thank you.
Then just one more slide that
Yep.
was asked at the workshop. So we were asked to provide a detail on the budget, public relations budget details. So this is how we've estimated our public relations budget for this fiscal year, somewhat similar to what we've done before. Mark?
Oh.
Thank you. That's okay. Thank you. Similar to what we've done before, the sponsorships that we do, and we try to be very global with our sponsorships. We try to make sure we're touching different areas of the county, that we're trying to touch, different populations that have different interests, and really reach out to where our community is and where our travelers are coming from. So I think that's how we hit all of these different components of events that we have. And with each event that we sponsor, we get different levels of interaction with the attendees, anyone that's possibly looking at coming to it. So we use kind of Beach Food and Wine, for example. We're the official airport on their website. So anyone that is looking to come to that event, even if they end up not coming or not using us as an airport, they see that we are the official airport. Then we also have a number of activations that we get access to at that event. We actually do this one with Monterey Jet Center. So they partner with us on this event, and they do an event on the golf course when they have a golf course event for the chefs and some of the premier attendees. We get to have a booth at the 2 days of the tasting pavilion, and it's a backdrop for Woody. So Woody's at the airport is the chef that's there, and we have a beautiful backdrop that he gets to have and participate in. Without that, he'd have a table, and that's with his tablecloth. So we have this really nice backdrop that we put for that one. The marathons, both the Big Sur International Marathon and the half marathon, give us the opportunity to interact with everybody that comes into that expo all day Friday and all day Saturday, as well as at the event at the end. We have we use our running slots as part of the marathon. We have 10 that go to Naval Post Grad School, 10 that go to the United that they auction off because United is our partner on the Big Sur Marathon. They auction those off to their employees. They usually have 300 people buying for those 10 slots. So, and then we save 10 to use with our tenants, our staff, people here that might want to run. So and as I said, we also get that interaction with everyone that comes, the 10,000 runners, plus all of their plus ones and plus twos and plus threes, and the community that come to the expo, because the expo is actually open, not just to the runners, it's open to anyone in the community that wants to come out and see what they have to purchase. So they have a lot of really great stuff there. Hoka is there. There's goo and all different types of things that people can take part in during both the marathon and the half. The half we sponsor with Alaska, so we do a different partnership on that one. And that one is similar to the Big Sur Marathon, but that one's really a family-friendly event. So we mix it up a little bit on that one, and we actually have these posters, running posters, because it is the out and back. So you get more opportunity to be on the course and cheer people on. So we have these cheer posters that kids get to make for their parents. And it says Monterey Airport and Alaska Airport on the bottom corners. And while the kids are holding up these little posters they made, cheering on their family with our logo on it. The Union Soccer, we have a number of different options with that one. We are on the electronic board. We can change it up whenever we want. So we get at least two or three on every game where our logo and our stuff comes up for it. Right now we are advertising Chicago, and we'll keep that for about another month, and then we'll change it up to something different once we know the seasonal flight is no longer seasonal and available. We also get on their away games, so that's for their home games. On their away games, we also get to be on their TV as well, and some of their advertisements in between. And then the Pure Insurance, that one's just a small one for us, but we really feel it's important because it is the first T golfers that are coming in with their families, and they are flying here. We're seeing them come in here. So again, we get our name on the golf course and on their website as a sponsor so that they all get to see that as well. The California Rodeo, which I think you all know, that one is mostly, in-kind dollars that we're doing. We're doing the chamber mixer. Don't forget that. It's on your Tuesday, the June 16th this year. So it's a joint chamber mixer with both the Salinas Chamber and the Monterey Chamber together. It's one of those few times that they do these joint things together where we get to all come together for a really nice event. And again, we get to have our name out there at the rodeo, and they have over 68,000 attendees. And then just some other opportunities that are smaller. We have some dollars that we set aside to put advertisements in a lot of the annual chamber dinners that happen, or MCBC dinners, or different things. So we put print advertisement in those. So that's kind of the other opportunities. And we also have been doing, and I think I sent you one of the articles this week, the Salinas Valley Business Journal. We've committed to 6 articles a year. And so we have those printed there. So, and then we use them as our blog on our website. So we not only use them for the Salinas Valley Business Journal, but then we adapt them slightly to be able to put them on our website as a blog. And that's really important to have those tools on our website, because that's where AI is pulling information from. So they're really pulling from things like blogs. So we're making sure that we are enriching our website with information so that when people are searching in the AI platforms, the large language models have information to pull from us that show all of these different things that we're doing. So that's how we use those dollars. And I think you'll see how many hundreds of thousands of people that we touch with them when we are, and as I said, we're very specific on making sure we are looking for opportunities that across different platforms. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Mark, anything else?
Nothing from me.
Okay. Chris, how do you wish to proceed?
We would like you to consider Resolution 1929, a resolution authorizing and approving the rates and charges at the Monterey Regional Airport for fiscal year 2027. So that will be the first tab in your binder.
Yep. Got it.
G2 is.
G2,
G2.
right?
Mhm.
First tab?
Yep.
Okay.
I would move that we approve resolution number 1929, a resolution authorizing and approving the rates and charges at the Monterey Regional Airport for fiscal year 27.
Second.
Okay, hold that for a quick second. We'll open this item for public comment. Any members of the public wish to comment on item G2? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Director Amati,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi.
Aye.
Director Leffel.
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you so much. Beautiful. Chris?
Next one, resolution number 1930, a resolution authorizing and approving the fiscal year 2027 salary schedule, listing salary ranges for the Monterey Peninsula Airport District.
Okay,
Happy to answer any questions.
all right. We'll open this item for public comment. Item G3. Seeing no public comment, we'll close public comment. I have a brief comment in general for the record. All of these resolutions and the materials contained in the binders were reviewed initially at the budget workshop. They were reviewed by the Finance Committee twice and provided to us beforehand. So we have digested them multiple times with questions and input from staff, and appreciate all the hard work. So lack of questions tonight, if indicative of anything, is good staff work and good communication with the board.
And I would add to Chair Pick that the April 30th workshop is posted in full on our website as
Thank
well.
Thank you. All right. We'll entertain a motion on item G3.
I move that we approve resolution number 1930, resolution authorizing approving fiscal year 2027 salary schedule, listing salary ranges, Monterey Peninsula Airport District.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, first and a second. Any comment, discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Director Amati,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi.
Aye.
Director Leffel.
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you. On to item G4.
Item G4, resolution 1931, a resolution authorizing and approving the operating budget of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District for fiscal year 2027. Again,
Thank you.
we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. We'll open this item for public comment. Seeing no public comment, we'll close public comment. Bring it.
One question.
Yes, sir.
Do we have to, when we ask for this approval in this resolution, do we have to reference any of the changes discussed before
They are incorporated in what you will.
in this? Got it.
Correct.
Beautiful.
Correct, yeah.
All right, any other questions? Yes, sir.
Yes. So I first wanted to start by thanking you for taking the time to go through and lay out in very good detail the public relations budget. I know that was my ask from the workshop. So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time to do it. You know, I think it's just a fundamental difference in belief in terms of the value of these events. I recognize that they do touch a lot of people. There's a lot of people who see it and interact, and that there is inherent value in that. I just don't know that I believe that it warrants the return on investment of $161,000. My question is, in approving this item in the budget, we are saying there is $161,000 set aside for public relations, but not necessarily for the money to be spent on this, correct?
Any item in the budget, you are giving us approval to spend the money as we have outlined for all the items, including public relations. And that is a staff decision on how we feel best to make sure we're spending the dollars that are entrusted to us properly.
So just let me put a point on that. So what we are approving here is a dollar amount for public affairs and marketing.
At the discretion of
Correct.
staff. Yeah.
Right. With input from the board during air service and marketing committee meetings, and potentially if agendized at the board level. But absolutely operational discretion at the staff level for execution.
Mm-hmm.
The only caveat I'll add in on that is I'm going to change, just for this hypothetical for a minute, if one of these items were over the limit of the spending authority of the executive director, that item would need to come back for approval, right? But all of these items are under.
Yeah.
Usually, they're all under the.
It's
the spending limit.
135 or 120.
So generally speaking, staff will assume this is what the board wants. Now, again, there's always in these committee meetings an opportunity to analyze these items, have a discussion about it. And if direction is given to then pivot, then a pivot can be made.
Yeah.
Before the dollars are spent, so to speak.
Thanks, Scott.
So then I would love to hear your suggestion on, how I might proceed. If I had a suggestion for something that I think would bring a lot of value in a public relations area,
Mm-hmm.
would it make sense to bring that up in item L, future agenda items, discussion of future agenda items, bring that up as a possible topic for dollars to spend, and then, or should I suggest at this point an amendment to this amount saying, I'd like to increase this amount in the opportunity to try to add dollars for other spending opportunities in the public relations field?
I think at this point, my suggestion would be, depending on staff input and the pleasure of the board, would be to take that discussion to a future agenda item. So in L, as you said, and also to make the recommendation to the executive director, board member to executive director, for discussion during the Air Services and Marketing Committee, where they could chew on that proposal, the idea, whatever it might be, and discuss it and hash it out and prepare it for potential discussion at the board level, rather than amending the budget item, because we'd be acting on whatever information you're giving now. It would be relatively arbitrary increase to the budget.
Yeah. I
Unless
guess-
we think it.
Yeah, my question is, if the committee then were to say, what, this is something that we want to move forward with, we would either be amending the budget at that point to add dollars or taking away
Absolutely,
from.
as we do
Sure.
throughout the year.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You bet. Any other questions on this item?
A couple things. So a lot of these are things that we have to commit to fairly upfront because they're sponsorships. So the one category where I used to call it Mike's personal slush fund, is that $25,000. And I think that's the one that probably has some opportunity for moving around during the year. Because, if you are going to say right now, we're already into the soccer because it's soccer time. And the marathon is in whatever month it is, November. So that's pretty much a sponsorship that has to be committed now because they're advertising. So a lot of these things get set pretty far in advance.
Yeah, well, a lot of those would have been in the 26 budget, right?
They were.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but the point is, just because we did it for 2 or 3 years or whatever, doesn't mean we have to do it every year. And this is the first time in a long time that we've even known where this money went because the category kept growing. And I'm just going to say this, I don't think it's a total staff decision. I think it is a board decision because when you read our charter, part of it is community relations and community involvement. And so some of these things came as a surprise to me as I was volunteering out in the community and found out that we were sponsoring last year. So I'm just going to say, I think that there should be a little bit more communication, that it's not just staff decides who's running or who's going or whatever. I think it's a good way to involve the board in community events. I'll say that.
Okay, fair enough. So, and I think this topic, should we choose to agendize it, which when it's ready, We may, and we can have that discussion. But for the purposes of tonight, we are approving a budget line item with the additional information requested by the board member. Any additional questions about the budget?
I just want to like what you said, just put a point on it. We're approving this budget. We're not making any changes to this budget.
Roger that.
And right, okay. And we have every opportunity to come back later.
Yep, and amend. Right. Okay. Good. Can't remember if I went up for public comment. I don't think I did. Public comment, we'll open public comment on item G4. Hearing no public comment, we'll close public comment, bring it back for,
I would motion that we approve number 1931, a resolution authorizing and approving the operating budget of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District for fiscal year 27.
I'll second.
thank you. John, you
Yeah.
seconded?
Mhm.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Director Amati,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Leffel,
Yes,
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you. Item G5.
Resolution 1932, resolution authorizing and approving the capital budget of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District for fiscal year 2027.
All right. We'll open this item for public comment. Seeing no public comment, we'll close public comment, bring it back for questions by the board. Questions?
I had one question. Do we still have our old fire truck, our third fire truck, while the turret's getting fixed? And what's the timing?
So to order the part, it's a 16 to 20 week lead time.
Oh,
It's a long lead.
Okay, so we're gonna have our old one for a while still. But once we sell that, then we'll recoup some of our money. So that's a good thing too. Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions?
on, through the chairs, I mean, I'm just, we were gonna, we'd approved selling it. And did we offer that to anybody, or did anybody bite at that?
Yes, so when you guys approved the surplus,
Yeah.
we posted it online. We did engage other agencies that had interest.
Right.
And then hearing nothing else from them, we posted it on a government surplus site.
Yeah.
We did receive some bids, however,
They were-
not quite what we were looking for. So we'll bring it back to the ED to decide what we do next.
Okay.
But there was some interest there.
Okay, well, no, but maybe that's fortuitous then. That was, okay, thank you.
Love it. Yeah.
Thank you, Director Leffel, for bringing that up. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, good questions. All right. Additional questions? Okay. Entertain a motion on G5.
I move that we approve Resolution 1932, resolution authorizing improving capital budget for Monterey Peninsula Airport District fiscal year 2027.
Second.
Carl, first and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call, please.
Director Amati,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Leffel,
Yes,
Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you. Item G6.
Let's.
Can we go back to number 5 for a second?
Yes.
How much can I buy this truck for?
No, they just sold a caboose in Cannery Row.
In Cannery Row.
Yeah, exactly.
A little sad.
wait, I have to say, your neighbors would be up in arms.
Well, there is one neighbor that gets on my nerves. I was gonna park it in front of his.
Director Miller, on behalf of your neighbors, I will disclose that you are ineligible to purchase it because you sit as a board member.
But my wife could buy it, correct?
Yeah, no conflict there. Thank you. Staff, over to you for G6.
So I'll start it. I'll flip it over to Whitney for a bit and we'll answer any questions. So you have in front of you the Second Amendment to the parking concession agreement and shuttle transportation service agreement with Republic Parking Systems LLC. So the Second Amendment is to add 12 months to their existing agreement, which would end this year. And then the second part of it is the transportation services agreement for them to assist with those shuttles that we purchased and staff those and do that component of it. So Whitney, I'll let you chat to that one.
Thank you. Yes, so we are working with the project timeline as well as working with Republic as the subject matter experts on carrying out the facilitation of this transportation service, which we will provide. Currently, if you look at the scope of services, Exhibit A, you can see the amount of staffing which they will employ, as well as the hours that the shuttle will be available. I want to point out that we have the ability to adjust this schedule as our flight schedule changes. That's called out in the scope of services. And then we have the Exhibit B, which consolidates the fees on a per month basis.
Okay. We'll open this item for public comment. Seeing no public comment, we'll close public comment, bring it back to the board for questions. Carl, can we start with you?
I have none.
Okay, John?
I did have a question when I was looking at this
Yep.
about that schedule, those blocked out areas, I mean, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, that you would think that would be a busy time, right?
Yeah, so we will still have service on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just not from driver one. So
all right.
driver two, driver four, and driver five are covered by us on Thursday.
I apologize. Now I understand how this works. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good question.
All the items that we talked about in finance, they were all incorporated.
Yes, they were.
Thank you.
I couldn't find my package, so I couldn't go and look at it. I got,
You didn't remember every change you recommended?
oh, I
Yes.
remembered everyone.
I bet you did.
I just haven't, I don't want to take your time for 5 minutes while I make sure that they're all in there. So,
We all think.
yeah.
Jonathan?
So this is my first time seeing it, so these are the first time asking questions. Automatic annual renewals, just out of curiosity, why go that route?
In the event that we want to continue with the service, there's no lapse. If we put a finite drop dead date on this, then they'd have to release the staff that they've hired for this service. So auto renewal keeps continuity of service, should we keep it.
And does it also mean that the rates at which they're charging us are locked in?
I think there is a discussion point on the rate change on a per year basis in the scope of services as well. There's an increase.
There was, okay,
annually.
I missed that. Thank you for that. On page 3, under maintenance and repair, it says the operator shall be responsible for routine maintenance. And that, any expenses would be reimbursed. Why wouldn't we want to maintain our own vehicles? Because we're purchasing them, right? The shuttles themselves?
These are electric.
Yeah.
The routine maintenance we see as making sure that the covers are on, that they're charged correctly. I mean, the operator needs to be making sure they're doing the routine things to make sure they're ready to put into service every day.
Okay.
So anything beyond that.
But the regular services and things like that, we would do ourselves just to maintain the
Yep.
quality and life of the vehicles. Okay. And then I had one other question. In page 8, it says that pickup and drop off locations would be designated by the director. Do we have an idea as to what those would be, or we left it variable because the parking lot's going to be shifting and so we want it? Okay.
Exactly. It is going to change.
Yeah.
So we will have one location for the first phase and then we'll have another location for the next phase. So this will be iterative as we move through the parking lot. So we're making sure that we have flexibility.
And then when we do have the pickup locations in the lot, are we going to have covered covered benches for
shelter?
people?
Likely not.
No.
Because we're building a brand new lot out there. We will, at the end of the project, we'll have some shelter, but not and not out in the end of the parking lot. You know, we'll have it closer to the terminal. We don't want to put in any structures into our brand new pavement at
Mhm,
all that are temporary. So,
mhm.
you know, the idea really is that this person will be right there, you know, waiting and watching as people pull in, finding out if they need the service or not. Not everyone's going to choose to use it. People, it's still not that far to walk. You're still walking further from gate to gate in an airport like DFW or Denver, but
Yeah.
we understand that some people will not. So they will be out there waiting for people and asking if they want the service and then helping. Like if they have more than one person in the car, we anticipate the passenger could get out with their luggage and go right over, you know, so that it makes it more flexible as well. So it will be a customer service component where they will have to find the customers a
Right.
bit.
Okay, so it's more of a active and engaged process as opposed to like San Jose, for example, that's a huge lot. They have multiple pickup locations within the lot and they just circle. So it's not that, it's this person is actively it's like tracking people down like, hey, can I help you?
Stalking cars.
Yeah,
All right. Perfect. Thank you for indulging me, Chair. That's all I have.
absolutely. Thank you. All right. And we, Finance Committee reviewed this in detail, recommended some changes. The changes have been incorporated and appreciate the staff work. All right. There are no other comments?
I move that we approve the Second Amendment to Parking Concession Agreement and Shuttle Transportation Services Agreement with Republic Parking System LLC.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. First and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Director Marty,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Leffel,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you. On to item G7, Director Attendance at Fiscal Year 2027 Conferences and Events.
Yes, you have the conferences that have been typical that you've attended in the past in front of you with dates. Primarily, we want to know specifically the first few because some of those they still have the opportunity for early discounts. So, but if you know that you want to attend the other ones, we'd also ask that you let us know. But again, if you've given it some thought and you know which ones you want to attend, please let us know now so that we can get it approved as a group because it is your requirement to approve the attendance so that they are paid for and you can get reimbursed for the travel that you do.
Okay, so let's start down here, Jonathan.
I was just going to ask, in terms of process, should we just mark which ones we are interested in attending and
No, you can just tell them because we're going to
That's-
vote. So we all need to hear it anyway.
we're going to vote now, or you're going to prepare something for us
No,
to
we need
do?
to do this now
We need to do it now.
because
Okay.
the early
Yeah.
registration for a number of them are going to expire by the time we have our June meeting.
Jonathan, what happens is if you change your mind or something evolves, we can come back for another vote.
Got it.
So where this is not a set in stone, it's just our best estimation at this point for staff planning.
So should I just tell? you
Have at
all
it.
now?
What do you
Great.
want?
Unfortunately,
wait.
the only ones that I am available for sure is when SWAAAE is here. I am available for that one. And I think I'm going to be able to attend the CSDA Special Districts Legislative Days in Sacramento.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the other 5, I am not able to attend.
Okay,
Got that?
Denise, you keeping track of this? Got it.
I got it too.
Okay, thank you. Marianne?
The ACI in Philadelphia and the AAAE in Phoenix.
Okay,
Short course.
And the short course.
okay. And for me, it will be the short course in Monterey and the AAA annual conference in Phoenix. Please. John?
I think the ACI the short course, and I'm wondering about the summer conference in Palm Springs. Is there a recommendation? I mean, is that, if you go to the short course, do you get, are these different?
I have not attended a SWAHI summer conference. That's the one they move around. I've heard good things about it, but you're talking to the wrong person if you're
Okay.
looking.
I haven't been.
Okay, nobody knows.
I haven't gone.
I'll go.
Okay,
Yeah, the summer,
ACINA.
yeah, and then there's the one local.
good. You got it?
Got it.
Thank you. Carl?
So I would like to attend, please, the ACI Philadelphia, the SWAHI winter short course here in Monterey, and the AAAE annual conference in Phoenix.
Very good. So you need a motion and a vote to approve those selections?
So moved.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to
Hold on.
stall on the, yeah, I actually can't make the ACI one in Philly.
Oh, too late. We've already.
That's why I caught it. That's why I
We
caught it.
we already motioned and second and voted, apparently.
Yeah.
Delete the Philadelphia one for John, please. Any other changes? Got a question?
I did have a question.
Yeah.
Are there any that no one is attending based on your notes?
Right now, CSDA and NBAA.
CSDA and NBAA.
And I'll probably go to CSDA. It's just that I don't charge it to I usually go to the legislative days and the conference. I just don't charge it to the airport. I pay for it. So
Is there value in having a member of staff attend a conference, or that's,
We'll do conferences.
you're gonna
We
go,
have it built into our budget separately. This is just for.
this is just for the board?
Just for the board. Good. Okay. All right. Very good. Is there a motion to approve the selections?
I made, yes, so.
Sorry, Carl. Okay, a second.
second,
Mary Ann seconds. Any discussion? Do we have public comment? Hang on. Public comment on this topic? No public comment. Public comment is closed. Roll call, please.
Director Amati,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Leffel,
yes,
Director Miller,
Yes.
and Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you. Item G8. Resolution number 1933, a resolution ordering an election.
Thank you. This is and I can't remember if it's biannual or biennial. It's the every other year ritual that we go through regarding elections. This time around, there are two seats that are up for election, District 4 and District 5, which pertains to Mr. Chair, your seat, and also Director Miller, your seat as well. Those two are up. You have the option of doing your own election at great and significant expense, or you have the option of consolidating with the general election that is run by the county. To my knowledge, every election season you have consolidated with the county. I highly recommend you do that because the costs are significantly lower. You will pay a proportional cost. So it's based on how many seats are on the ballot and versus how many total are on the ballot. You pay your proportional cost of the election expenses. We estimate that I think the budget includes about $60,000.
68.
$68,000. And so that's an estimate, whatever it is, but that's an estimate that we dialed in pretty close.
Can't we just have a vote right now?
You could, but it wouldn't, it would be highly,
Darn.
deficient.
Deficient. It's a nice way.
I don't want to say you can't, this is not Cuba, but you can do a lot of things here, but sorry, that's probably inappropriate to say. Anyway, this is something that needs to be done. And again, it's got to be done in a timely way to make sure that the county will accept your request to consolidate the election.
Thank you.
And the budget that you just approved had this cost.
Contains this
Is
line
included
item.
within it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll open this item for public comment. Any public comment on item G8? Being none, we'll close public comment, bring it to the board for questions or comments.
I'm just curious, if we didn't do this, like what happens, right? Like someone sues the airport,
No, if you.
the special district?
If you didn't do this, what would happen is you would be essentially deciding you're going to run your own election. And if you, as soon as you don't put those processes in motion, then someone will
Sue us.
bring an action, likely the Secretary of State or the county may do it on your behalf and then charge you full boat for the whole thing.
I think Marlene is going to sue us, actually.
But the cost of the district to do that election on its own is significantly higher than consolidating with the county.
Significantly.
Right.
You would have to have your own polling places. You would have to have, I mean, you would be literally printing your own ballots, mailing your own ballots. to
That sounds
all
like a
of
lot
you.
of fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It would with, and I'm, again, this is sort of a, just a guess here, but it would probably be $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be extremely expensive just because of all the expenses of printing this stuff up, sending it out, tabulating the ballots, paying for the poll workers and all. I mean, it would be a nightmare.
It's an interesting exercise in civics that it is legal to do that,
Yeah.
right? We could run our own election.
Yeah.
Want to spend $1 million. So,
Thank you for indulging me.
Sure.
Mark has always wanted to run an election. He was just telling me the other day.
Yeah. Sure.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt Resolution 1933, a resolution ordering an election, requesting the Monterey County Elections Department to conduct the election, requesting consolidation of the election, and stating the determination of the Board of Directors of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District with respect to candidates' statements of qualifications.
So moved.
I did have one question.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead and ask.
please.
Just for staff, do we know what it cost, what we spent last year or, because we had two elections.
So it was right around 68,000.
So the amount you came up with.
Correct, based
Okay.
on hopefully passed as prologue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's all I have.
I'll second.
Jonathan
I'll second the
seconds.
motion.
Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Director Amati,
Aye.
Director Gagliardi,
Aye.
Director Lepo,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yeah.
Chair Pick.
Yes, thank you so much. Moving to board reports and acceptance of department reports. Board receives department reports which do not require any action by the board. Ad hoc committee reports, local jurisdiction liaison.
So I'm sorry, Chair.
Yeah.
I did have some questions on the board reports.
Have at
if
it.
you don't mind. Interest income, variance of 320%. What,
What page you on, I'm sorry?
that on the
No-
finance
noise?
report, just page 2.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, the noise
great
was
question.
another one.
So when we close the interim notes transaction, think of it as we have $50 million of proceeds.
Oh,
with
yeah.
$50 million of debt. So the interest income on that $50 million works to defease the interest cost on the $50 million of debt. So it's, you've got that spread between what you earn on the interest and what you pay on expense.
Got it. So roughly $150,000 of interest on the 50 million.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very close to that.
And then our commercial aviation fees were lower by about 10%. I think I recall the month before that, we also had slightly lower than anticipated. Are we seeing any trends in terms of less travel?
Not less travel, but remember, we didn't have Dallas for February, all of February. And in March, we had a smaller aircraft than we had thought we had budgeted for. So less weight, less people.
Got it.
So it's just a function of,
Okay.
the flexibility, but we are not seeing much of a softening at the moment.
Okay.
Pretty on par for what we had last year. You see that the numbers were pretty close, but
Yeah.
weather and other things affect travel.
Are you anticipating that any of the fuel increases and increases in flights because of those fuel increases might reflect in April or May numbers?
And what we're seeing right now, because we get daily numbers that we can kind of track,
Yeah,
we're pretty much where we were last year, maybe slightly ahead,
Okay.
it really just depends.
perfect.
Don't know, and again, most people for these months have purchased, ahead of time. I think we'll see that maybe in the, we'll be watching for the fall, but all indications from Mike Bowen, our consultant, is that we're in a good position because if people are pivoting, they're pivoting from Europe or they're pivoting from overseas or from international travel.
Hmm.
But they still want that high-end luxury experience.
Got it.
So
Okay.
he feels that we're in a good position, but we're not taking our eye off it either at the same time.
Perfect. And then fire was 46,000 more than budgeted. I feel like that one's usually pretty consistent with.
Well, so when you think about fire, there's two elements. There's the contract for the fire services.
Right.
And then we have the maintenance costs of the fire vehicles that the district pays. And Whitney can address any questions you might have specifically about the maintenance.
I'd love to hear what that cost was.
So, these are highly sophisticated vehicles that require extreme maintenance. I don't know specifically what is included in the numbers that Mark is presenting, but from time to time, we do have items that are high cost, high value to repair on any number of the trucks that are in service.
I think that the structure truck was down there for a
The
bit.
torsion bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, we have.
Of course, the torsion.
Torsion bar. Thank you.
Now, it's expensive.
Got it.
But didn't we also, I mean, I thought in one of the last meetings, we added some component to one of these. It was a piece of electronics, as I thought. No? Blur
It's
or something like that?
possible. So the structure truck is used the most. I'll
Yeah.
say that. So that's where the most of our maintenance costs come
Okay.
from. So it is possible that there was a board or something that was replaced
Yeah.
in prior months, but this is related to the torsion bar, which is underneath the truck, the things that connect the axles to the wheels. There was a crack in it, so it had to be replaced.
Okay.
TNCs were down significant from the last March, about 40%, right? Last March was 8,200 and it was 6,000 in March.
Also a factor of the volume that Chris was saying before. We had more flights last March, so less people coming in, less people taking TNCs.
And that's it. Okay. I was really happy to,
Yes, I mean, we can only.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just curious because it was such a significant
And I would
drop
say
off, even from the previous month.
we saw, a couple of things during the COVID era and stuff. There were a few things that were anomalies. Everyone drove their own car, so we had more parking
Mhm.
because people weren't sharing cars, and people weren't sharing TNCs and things like that. So the numbers, as we've moved away from all of that, things are looking and will look different because people are traveling a little differently again. So, and I think right now with our construction, we're really good about telling people get dropped off if you
Yeah.
can, if you have that opportunity, because there's a lot going on out
Yeah.
there. So that is part of our social media messaging as well.
Okay. I was really excited to see we only had the 2 canceled flights. And the last thing that I had, Chair, was I just wanted to thank Delray Oaks Police for looking after our staff and the airline staff. And I would just say to folks in the public, do not get drunk and harass the staff at the airport or you'll get arrested.
I love that.
So thank you, DRO Police.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for that. Any other questions on staff reports? None. Very well. On to ad hoc committee reports, local jurisdiction liaison.
We didn't have anything.
Okay. Liaison representative reports. LAFCO.
LAFCO did not meet this month, so we will see LAFCO the end of June.
Okay. Regional Taxi Authority.
Didn't meet.
Okay. HAMC met and I was unable to attend the meeting. I apologize. I have no report there. Special Districts Association Liaison
No, not this month.
and MBAG. Nothing. Board member reports on conferences and events attended. I have a report from Director Miller. Thank you, sir, for submitting that on the 98th annual AAAE conference. You want to make any comments there? Or?
Please. One, I've also included a copy of the agenda I gave to the board. So you have an opportunity to take a look at that and hopefully attend one of these conferences. AAAE, ACI, very similar in their layout. Director Leffel and myself attended in LA. We had over 2,000 airport employees that attended from over 260 different airports. They also had a trade show that had 240 booths selling services and equipment for airports. Please take an opportunity to read my report. I'll go over 3 things that I think are important for MRY. I'll make this quick. One is this infrastructure and airport funding. I only put this on there because when you go to these conferences, you have an opportunity to talk to your contemporaries and you realize just how lucky we are that we began our project when we did. It seems like we were in the best position to maximize all this extra money that is floating around out there and the impact. You talk to people and they're trying to get funding because money's available right now with the bipartisan infrastructure law, but they're having difficulties just accessing it. We were just in the best possible position, and that runs out this year. That money disappears. So kudos to staff for putting this all together. The impact on our bottom line is going to be very minimal. And when I tell people that our cost for employment is only going up $2, they're just amazed. And we are taking care, there's over 7 components. So just about every major thing that we have here at the airport will be replaced. So that's going to be great. That's multi-generational. The other area was that they talked about a lot was air traffic control. Been a couple high-profile incidents. They are making money available. We should see what we could do to try to access some of that here at MRY. And the last thing, I know if you've been following this, and it's raising a lot of eyebrows. It did at the conference, but Department of Homeland Security has floating a possible idea where they will take away customs and border protection at certain airports that have sanctuary status. So I did write a little bit on that. I'll take just a couple minutes to talk about it because it was fascinating. I used AI for this information. I was just amazed at how well that worked. So hopefully that doesn't violate any rules in the future if they pass a no AI usage. But some of the things, there are only 36 airports in California. California is a huge state, but we only have 36 airports that have commercial services, like a United or an American. And that's, you at least have to have 2,000 enplanements a year to qualify for that. They consider you a primary airport if you have more than 10,000 enplanements. And there's only 23 airports in California that have that. And Monterey, by the way, ranks 17th based on a total number of employments. And out of that 23, 13 have customs and border facilities at their airport. And if you look at those 13, 8 to 10, depends on what your definition of sanctuary status is, but about 8 to 10 are have their own sanctuary legislation. The California is a sanctuary state, but you know when this was discussed at the conference, the feeling is if this happens, it's not going to be nationwide; it'll be targeted to certain airports. This has been mentioned 3 times. In fact, over the weekend, I had an opportunity to looking at the news, and the Secretary for Homeland Security mentioned about possibly Newark doing away with their customs and border protection because they're protesting detention facility. Though California, you know, we rank pretty high up there because we're at constant odds with the current administration. So I think California could be at risk. Anyway, bottom line, we're trying to get customs here. I don't think it will affect us, even though Monterey County did pass a welcoming resolution. But just read the report because I think that's interesting. And do we have any updates on our CBP request?
None at the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been approved. We're just waiting for the staffing to be resolved with Monterey Jet Center.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed it all goes through, but that's my report.
Thank you. It's a great report.
I will,
Mary Ann, anything to add?
I'll add a couple things.
Yep.
So I sit in on a session that was on, incidents. And they had, and it was interesting. All 3 airport managers were women who had the major incidents, the Port Authority, Washington, Reagan, and Louisville. So, but one of the things that they really talked about was the partnership they had with the community and with the airline and how important it is to keep your lists up to date. Like if managers of properties change that you're counting on that you might have to put people in. They talked about how brilliant American Airlines was with the Reagan event because they found a hotel that was 10 miles away from the airport to take families as they waited. And what happened, because they said you're just swarmed with press and it's overwhelming. And if you have all the families there too, it is just, it's horrible. You've got staff that's traumatized. You've got families that are traumatized. And then you've got the press wanting to be first with the news. So they bust any family that came in, they bust them to an airport that was 10 miles away, treated them very well, had up-to-date information as they got it, but they didn't have that circus atmosphere with the families in the terminal and there on the property. So I wanted to share that. I think it's a really good takeaway because, you know, initially you think everybody will be here and you'll just deal with them. And they said, no, absolutely not. So anyway, they talked about that. The other one that I set in on that I thought was really interesting and was the lead site selector guy, I guess, for Joby with Tampa and with LAX. And they talked about how they're selecting places to put vertiports and to do things. But afterwards, I went up and chatted with him a bit, and he said that when he looks across the nation, that Monterey is in the top 3 of airports of where they should have co-locations and have things. So he said, you all are in the most perfect place, partly because we have Joby, Archer, Whisk, but because of the fact that we're the size we are and they can fly in and out of here easily. And because our weather, we don't have tornadoes and we don't have hurricanes. We don't have all of these other things that are going to impact them a lot, and they haven't, they're still trying to figure out how they're gonna factor that in, so. Anyway, those were two that I set in on that were a little bit separate from what Carl did. But it's it's a full day, and I don't like their format. I was telling Chris, I do not like the AAA format because they have a big session and then they just have 3 or 4 concurrent sessions for 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, and you have to choose. And so, and some of them are fairly far apart in a building. So you might have 2 that you really like, but you can't. You absolutely cannot. So you have to pick. And then, I mean, occasionally you get in when you go, boy, I wasted my time here. The other thing, they did not one of these did they say who was going to be on a panel before you got in there. And they handed nothing out. So you did not know who the speakers were going to be. So you saw the topic, but you absolutely did not know who it was. So those were things, I put them in my critique of, I liked the location. The location was easy to get around, but it was just, I don't like it. And I would kind of choose sometimes if I've heard somebody before, whatever. So anyway, yeah, they just say paper and staff time. Not having to put something on there, but it was a good conference.
Good. Thank you.
Next year is in Phoenix, and the chair will be joining us.
I'm going to try to make it. Yeah. In the frying pan. Okay. Any additional reports? Hearing none, we will move to closed session.
Yep.
So,
Let Mark and go.
Yeah.
It's late, and he's got a little one sitting in her office, so,
Thank you.
I'll be here Denise and I will be here to come back when you're done with closed
Thank
session.
you.
But I do want to make sure and think this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Putting together a budget like this is a lot of staff time.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
thanks, Chris.
A lot of
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, let me just second what you said, right? Thank you. Thanks for the amazing work. Whitney, thanks for all the work. And you, Chris. So it's great. This is a smooth meeting on a huge issue and huge budget. So thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Before we adjourn to closed session, we open it for public comment on the closed session topic. Right? So there is no public to comment on the closed session topic, so we will forego it and adjourn to close. Okay. All right.
Great.
Okay. Good to go.
Good to go.
All right. We are reconvening an open session. Report out from closed.
Mr. Chair, as to the one item on closed session, there was no reportable action taken. Direction was given.
Thank you. All right. Pending requests for future agenda items. Go ahead.
I'd like us to explore, now that we've given this nighttime meeting kind of a chance, I'd like us to explore eventually going back to something there. I mean, we're already starting to see kind of hardships here, and we're not seeing any increase in, public participation. I mean, we did this for the public, and the public has not responded. Yeah. I mean, I kind of always felt that the request was just, bring me another rock, bring me another rock. And it's a hardship. I mean, we did this, it's a hardship for me, it's a hardship for all of us, and a hardship for staff. So maybe not, maybe we give it a full 6 months or something. I think
Yeah.
we're at 3 right now.
Yeah.
But
No, we're at 5,
we're at 5 already. I thought it was January that we did this.
and this is
Oh, this is.
May.
I will.
Yeah.
Math is hard. Math is hard.
While you're
Go
on that
Yeah.
just, and Chair Pick and I talked about this, November and December both fall on a holiday.
Yeah.
So November is Thanksgiving, and Christmas is Christmas. Anyway, So we have.
Well, we can
Chicago
exchange
Thursday.
gifts on Christmas when we have our meeting, can't we?
And you could help with the holiday.
Right, exactly.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah. But I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, it's, we said that we were gonna give this the, a good college try.
Yeah.
We said we were going to, and we get Matt. Matt's gonna come anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so this is for agenda items, not
Exactly,
discussion.
exactly
So let's look at the potential of agendizing meeting time and location for discussion.
And date?
And then dates for the holiday, for the 2 in just November. and December.
And we also need to do that regardless.
I know it was brain surgery last time.
Yeah,
I know.
I have a lot of opinions on it, but let's not dive into the subject now, but
Yeah.
topic is June too early or? What-
Your
Yeah.
choice.
Let's talk about it in June.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a item
Yes.
to suggest that the Air Services and Marketing Committee look at,
Yep.
which is the idea of ticket sweepstakes. That we hold monthly drawings that are open to the public, where people register, names are drawn automatically, and we get to tell the stories of people locally who want a free ticket to go see their mom in Chicago, or, get to go see the grandkids in Phoenix or something like that. And I think it's a great opportunity for both earned media and social media if we do it right, and being able to use name and likeness and tell their story. And I think it's something that we would have to certainly be very specific in thinking through the process
Right.
of how that happens, but it's not unheard of. I mean, SFO does a holiday sweepstakes program, and they've got different tiers of things. And I think it could be something really great for the community that also helps to raise awareness and get some great marketing.
We've done these
Really
before.
Okay.
And usually they're tied in with something, but yeah, we could discuss it, I guess.
Can we pitch that to
The service, can we?
Air Services and-
Take it to the services,
That-
the air services.
That's my suggestion. Not that we agendize it for us,
Right.
but that
Do you want?
you all just,
Just,
Yep.
if I can just dig a little deeper
Yeah.
on this, do you want to flesh something out and bring it to the air services, or do you want me to champion it from air services?
so I don't think I can, right?
I was
You're
just
right,
gonna- I was
yeah,
just gonna
exactly,
mention
and
that,
this is,
yeah,
therein lies the issue.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that. It should be something that Air Services analyzes, fleshes out
Yeah.
what the possibilities are. We'll have to, we'll have to take a look at, there are ways to do it, but there are some legal issues to look at the same time. And so.
Can we,
So the,
could we make it a notified meeting and actually have it as, since it would be potentially free?
It would be a little bit easier to do at Air Services, and then if something comes out of it, then it can come to the board.
or the alternative is to
Yeah.
do an ad hoc committee if you wanted, that was just focused on something like this, and you designated 2 members of the board to participate, and then
So
to
maybe
John's point, I
that, so
could-
then maybe that's something me and Jonathan would do in the ad hoc, and then I would have it from Air Services. I could make it a committee recommendation from Air Services if I was part of the,
We could do it that way.
or what?
The other way that comes to mind for me is that you provide your input to the executive director. The executive director digests it and brings it to Air Services
Okay.
without violating Brown Act.
That's a
works.
pretty good one too.
That's what I was gonna suggest. That,
Okay.
I think that's a good way.
Um,
And that way Scott can look at the legality and have that all ready. So if somebody doesn't have a great big plan and then he goes,
Yeah.
doesn't work.
yeah, you good with that?
I'm great with that.
Okay, so Jonathan will provide input to staff. Staff prepare it and present it to, as you see fit, prepare it and present it to Air Services, and Air Services chew on it, and
Yeah.
whatever comes out of that.
Yeah, I'm just curious about some of the details, but I can't see any reason why we would say no. Well, okay.
As usual, devil in the
Alright.
details, so.
Right, yeah.
So, okay, so,
Looking forward to the
so-
discussion.
Right.
Yeah.
right, good. Any
Okay.
other topics for, yes,
Yes.
Carl?
You go ahead,
Go
Mary.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So I
Happy
think
chipmunk.
if you, Chris, could just give us a presentation on how these gate things are working on the other side and why. I know it's a Homeland Security TSA issue with sections, I know that, but I think the whole board needs to hear
I'm
it.
sorry, I'm having a hard time
The
here.
gates.
The gate issues that Matt raised about
Oh,
access to
okay,
the,
yeah.
she's asking that staff look into it and present something.
That it's not just so easy that everybody gets a key card for everybody else's gate. So if we could just have an answer
Yeah.
to the public at the next meeting.
Through the chair.
Yep.
Did the notification ever go out? It did? Okay, Matt didn't get it. He told me when I,
It went to an NSSI.
what's that?
The
That's
people that own the hangars.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then NSSI will send it out. Carl?
Okay, so my understanding is that, FAA Tower has come and said they'd like to relocate, but they need a lot of space or,
Is this so we're on agenda items right now. Is that
Yes.
what you want me to do is put an agenda item on that, or are you asking me a question? Sorry.
well, both. I just want to know if there's been some updates happening with that and,
It's in FAA's hands.
okay.
We have given them locations that could work, and they've dismissed most of them. So we've given them what can work.
Have
in
they, okay. So
You're
it's
gonna end up with
premature at
remote.
this time, but, okay,
And no job.
Good.
It's in their hands.
yeah.
Any other agenda items? Okay, hearing none, we're done there. And closing comments, thoughts? All right, thanks, everybody.
No, and you know what? Thank you for the budget book, because I really, the tabbing and everything really did
Yeah, great.
help.
It's great. Okay, thank you. We're adjourned.